Good morning, everybody. How you doing? So anyway, I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with the Snapchat that John Kuckian made, where he was trying to be upset, and then he had, like a knife or whatever. And just when you think things cannot hit an all-time low with this guy, they're getting there. I really think he needs to be committed. I swear, he needs to be committed to at least get his mental health under play, because, or at least jailed for being a dick. So anyway, I like the fact that I bounce around YouTube to a whole different bunches of things. I just don't stay in one realm. And I caught this one video, and I can't, is it mummy or something like that? I don't know. So basically what people in the UK were doing when they seen this Snapchat, they were, calling basically their police to get a welfare check done on him. And people that did have his contact number, he wasn't answering the phone. So there was a few back and forths between that. And the police could not get a hold of him. The thing that I want to say about this video also is that just the angle of where it was, the fact that he didn't look so much like he was crying or whatever, and then someone just comes in, John, what are you doing? If that was a real case scenario and there was somebody there, and this guy's just like, John, what are you doing? And the video keeps rolling or whatever, I don't get it. I don't understand, because if that was me and somebody was doing that and they had their phone, well, first of all, I can't even mention how just stupid this is. I just can't mention who goes on Snapchat to record something like this, to put it out there, knowing how many people are going to see it. And it's a thing, and somebody said, well, it's getting close to being, well, it's beyond expected for his lipsticks to be out. And also Jeffree Star obviously did his new launch. Could things be tied into he wants the attention on himself, maybe, or whatever. But in this, Snapchat thing, somebody does this, John, what are you doing? If that was me and I seen somebody visibly upset and they had a knife, I'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck are you, I would go ballistic. I wouldn't be like, John, what are you doing? And then it just cuts off. It's just so weird. So anyway, let me get into the police checking on him. Okay, so the police try to check on him or whatever. So then, people go about, they're trying to, then he's on Twitter just being his normal self. So naturally there were people that were pissed off, which I so would have been myself. If they're expressing this concern, they're calling their police, they're trying to get a welfare check on you, and then you're like giddy all on Twitter. I don't understand anymore why people follow him. I don't get it. I don't know where people's processes on following this kid. I don't understand. But the things that are hitting just a new all-time low. I mean, first the Peterman, then the second video with the Peterman, now this. It's just like, you have got to be kidding me. It's not even really drama anymore. It's disgusting. It's sickening. Don't lead people into thinking that you're going to harm yourself. And people take time out of their day and whether they like you or not, they're calling the police to get them to check on you. People got to, somebody was able to get his contact information, gives it to the police, no answers, not answering anybody. And then he goes on Twitter and he's just being his giddy old self. I'm just utterly confused on everything. I am. Thank God it was not on YouTube, though. Thank God he didn't make a YouTube video about it, because that would have, hopefully YouTube has flagged him enough to, I don't know. I don't know what to say. And I'm sick and tired of, people using or doing things in the mental health issue like it's a friggin' joke, or to use it to gain fame, such as, Logan Paul. Understandably, I think that he's totally learned his lesson, Mr. Logan Paul, and I'm, ecstatic that he did pledge that $1 million. But he did, for fame, for views. That's why the original thing had happened. And now John Kuckian does something like this for sympathy, for that moment of fame, for that moment of people are paying attention to me. But people literally, I can't believe I'm saying that word, but you all know, stopped what they were doing with their day and tried to reach out to him and called the police to get a welfare check on him, because they were so concerned, just to realize it was probably just a bag of shit dust. It's so disgusting. It's so disgusting. I really hope that guy get some help. I mean, it's just got to stop. And I'm sure he's heard all of us saying, you need some help, because he definitely needs some mental health. He needs some, because even all this starving for attention that he's doing is a disorder. It is. It's a, it's a mental health disorder, and I hope he does get help. That's why I'm not going to, come out at him all angry and call him names for doing it, I'm disgusted that he did it or whatever, but he needs some help. That's all I can say. He definitely has a mental illness that he needs to address and get some help for and get taken care of, because he is so starving for attention that he's just willing to do anything for it. And we're all seeing that. Obviously, we know that is a disorder. A lot of people say he's narcissistic or whatever. I think it's definitely deeper than that. But he needs to find somebody that is close to him, needs to do an intervention, I mean, they just need to do an intervention and maybe just get him the help that he needs. I would really see if you can get him committed, just at least for 24 hours or for 72 hours, just to, whatever, go over some things with him. And I don't mean that to be an asshole. I really don't. I just think there's so much disgust that's going to go on right now in the community from what he just did now and the stunt that he just pulled. But he's really starving for attention. There is a definite illness and there's a definite, sickness there, because the starve for attention, the thrive for attention, and the fact that he's willing to do anything, absolutely anything for it. I mean, he does not care what he does. He just wants that attention. So that's why I'm not going to sit here and call him all sorts of names and, kind of go too deep in hard on him for it, because I'd like him to get the help that he so desperately needs. He desperately needs help, and that's all. There's no joking, there's no bullshit, there's no nothing. This kid truly needs some help, and I hope somebody that is close to him, that maybe he listens to or whatever, will really get through to him that he needs to seek some help. And I hope he gets that. And I want everybody to always take, suicide very seriously. I want everybody to take mental health very seriously. I want people to understand that things like this happen, and sometimes you can't help it, If you have an illness and it's not treated, you can't help what you're doing, And unfortunately, in John Kuckian's case, I think that's what's going on. A lot of people are saying he's just doing this because it's his launch, and he wants to deflect off that, and that may very well be true. But again, you guys got to remember that he's been doing a lot of stuff just to get attention, and that is an illness in and of itself. It really is. So I just wanted to, put my thoughts in there and just make this video and, just give my 2 cents. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Hugs.